Hello and good day to you, Andy here, and this is Talkin really on Sunday, and the assisted suicide bill is going through the Lords. I know this is not the Lords, this is Parliament, this is House of Commons. Basically they approved it and went through, it gone through to the next stage, which is the House of Lords, and they are discussing it. They were discussing it on Friday. Basically, there are several people who are dubious and supporting it. They are very, very old people who should really be lining up ahead of everybody else because they're moaning about there's too many people. Where have we heard that before? I'll leave it to your imagination and your research, but there is a general trend going around at the moment being peddled. And we have discussed this on the channel before. Now, so the video, yeah, you might be a bit shocked by it, but this is the discussion they're having about the bill, because it's not there yet.
My Lords, I am against this bill. I'm against it because it is legally and practically defective in many ways, as many other noble lords have already said. But I am against it for philosophical and religious reasons too. For the first time ever, this bill seeks to give a person of sound will and mind the right to act contrary to a fundamental element of the ethical tradition that has been fundamental to this country, that is, Judeo-Christian morality. The view that our life is not our own possession to dispose of as we see fit, nor to be taken from us by others, even at our own request. Now, my lords, many noble lords may ask, and many have done so already, why does this matter to me? I am not religious, they say, and I do not share that ethical system. Such noble lords, and as I say, we've heard some, say they have the right to free choice, to autonomy over their own life, the right to protect the dignity, as they see it, of those close to them. Now, I want to briefly explain why I don't think this argument is sufficient, and why even those of no religious belief should still be concerned by the prospect of going down the road set out in this bill. Now, my lords, the problem, as I see it, is that the values used to justify this bill, the values of ensuring dignity, preserving autonomy, personal freedom, are themselves also derived from that Judeo-Christian ethical system. As my noble friend Lord Roberts of Belgravia reminded us last week, there have been in the past, and there still are today, many societies that don't fully share those values. They are not self-evident, however much many of us would wish they were. Now, what we're proposing to do in this bill is to dismantle part of that inherited ethical system by allowing the state to engage in killing innocent people at their request. But, my lords, once we've dismantled one part of that system because we think we know best, what then is the status of the rest of that moral and ethical system? Once you've introduced utilitarianism into our society's decisions, where do you stop? The ultimate destination of this journey is a utilitarian society with a utilitarian government, one where there are no freestanding inherited moral principles of any kind, but only the principles that we think we are clever enough to create. And my lords, the problem is that in such a society, none of us are really safe. The only protection for any of us then is the collective wishes of society, whatever they are at any given moment. In such a society, the rights of those who are inconvenient, the disabled, the ill, the elderly, or maybe those who are just unpopular, have no robust defence and are potentially vulnerable. Any of us might one day fall into any of those categories. At that point, your only protection against the general will of society comes from an appeal to the same ethical system that you've just decided is merely contingent, capable of being disposed of if it's inconvenient. You may think, as I do, Human dignity or autonomy or freedom are important, but what if the general will of society does not? What ground do you have to stand on then? My lords, that's why it's so dangerous to continue dismantling this ethical code as this bill does. I urge us to ask ourselves and to think hard. Are we really confident we are the generation that's so sure of its judgment, so wise, so knowledgeable, so confident we can create a good society on foundations not that we've inherited, but which we ourselves have designed? Are we so sure of all of those things that we can casually cast aside 2,000 years of our moral tradition and tell ourselves that it doesn't matter? My lords, look around our country and ask yourselves that question. I do not think so, and this is why I hope this bill will founder.
Right, well there you go. So, yeah, what can you say? Now, we have talked about Canada. They already have this. Australia, they already have it coming in. And, of course, it is this dystopian nightmare of the elites pushing this agenda. We do have another story about the digital ID thing that's coming in, or trying to, and we need to be aware of that, so make sure you have a look at that video as well. Is dangerous piece of legislation. Okay, so have a good day. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.